Okay, so I'm gonna play the song. Do you guys want the lights off? Are you okay?
Yeah, lights are.
Okay. This song is gonna play all the directions. So just feel the directions, however they want to come to you, for you. This is you starting to connect that all creative universe. And we're activating the mesa too while we're doing this. Okay? Starting to connect. All creative. And we're activating the mesa too while we're doing this. And we're going to work today with the before, the behind, and the within. So just using your will and your intent, bring that you have into your lungs. Breathe it all into your lungs that you feel. Retain out of your mouth. And then blow that energy into your hands. And now breathe that energy in from your hands into your body. And sit. Feel how there is nothing that has ever. You are the cosmos. You are the universe. Easy when we come here to have this wonderful amnesia of our ego. as we're paying our children, rushing in traffic, to forget this is who we are. And we came to master this to not only remember this, but to expand on it. You are the one, you feel that, remember it. Start coming back into your body. So we gently start turning on the lights. How's everyone doing?
What is that?
That's great.
What is it?
If you see moths are transformation or the angel of death. It means you are letting go of something. Where butterflies, you're emerging, you're dying,
We don't see
in a while.
mouse, so leave see.
Honey, here's one.
There's a little one in here.
And
It's two
so,
mouse on the door.
Oh,
so
He's like, but I.
Like crushed.
that's okay. And if you see something poisonous, like 2-3 nights ago, I dreamt that a cobra bit me on my foot that I need to let go of and poison in my physical body. Okay, so poisonous creatures represent the poison to let go in your life. Went to the pyramids on the island of Hell. Don Jose had 2 or 3 tarantulas just appeared. We were going to be transformed with a lot of deep poison.
oh, wow.
Yeah, and then we went to Peru, Machu Picchu. Our tour guide said, stay away from that. So I knew we were going to be, as we climbed Machu Picchu, we were going to transform a lot of poison. So just something to see.
Crosses your path, that's the sign. Like
Well,
the ground.
because again, they have their own poison, right? They're not, if you see a black widow, some poison, scorpions, look at it to see where's the poison in your life, because they are beautiful messengers. That is time to die and to process it. Retrograde with the new moon, right? What is it we want to let go of? Exactly. Let go of. Let birth. And that's what this class is about, is you are the within, the before, and behind. Now, remember the trick I said during Mercury.
Oh, flip it, yeah.
Flip it. Okay, so we're going to talk about the lightning bolt of illumination. Lindsay, can you move over the camera just a bit so we can deep? And I have a gold chain here along the mesa. And this is what is considered the path of illumination, how energy enters. And if you see that the earth after Sumatra actually changed, it went from 23 degrees to 25 degrees to come in, that tilt that the earth experienced. And so now the energies come in from the northwest, going and grounding into the I am in the southeast. And up here in the northwest is hummingbird. This is usually where you hummingbird. And then you choose whatever represents your I am, that grounds you into this physical reality here. And you can have a gold you naturally have too. It's hard to see it under my Misa Rumi. This is the Misa Rumi. This is your centerpiece of the within. The hummingbird is the before. This is the behind. If you want to use your mesa to know your future, because now the before is something you will know. This is how you can have a deja vu vision. And they can come to memories, inspirations, something. So I'm going to go ahead and flip them right now for visual teaching purposes. And then when we were doing our meditation just now, you felt that when we look at a single cell organism, they even carry the universe and all the elements. We carry all the elements in our body. And what is amazing to me still to this day is no matter how much we truly so quickly. Very easy to forget that we are. So what we're going to do right now is just look at over the last 12 weeks, and the next 12 weeks will even change even more. Nation comes from the sacred reciprocity of your heart. So if you're one of the Rainbow Warriors, and again, you're carrying all the colors, all the rays. 12 weeks. There's been no discernment between which one was better than the other. It was all important. They were all equal and all had their timing. Look at the before and the behind. We can embody what we are to become by being present. And you can use the mesa, much like if some of you took the golden grid, you can send energy through the lightning bolt of illumination. The lightning bolt will start with hummingbird, then it goes over to the north, then it crosses then south to the west, then it goes and it touches to the south, and then comes back to the southeast, truly forming the lightning bolt. And that's why people get a boom and fully charged with all those elements, because it came from that. The reason we built apachetas, the little stone structures, is because that energy that then goes to our stones that then can come to us. So it's a transmission. Our trees are the representation of they transmit energy as well. This is why essential oils and herbs work so well, because they're connected to all realms. And so as we go to the within, you find your purpose, you find your gifts. With humbleness and great love. But again, what always amazes me is how quickly we forget that. As the energy, and just like anyone else. It was easy when we sat in the temples and someone brought us food and someone cleaned our environment. we were shopping, we didn't have to, we were just dedicated to sit and bring it down. And what the earth is now asking us to do with the mesa is to ground within us and share it with the world. And this is why some of you may have noticed your aura has changed, your aura has shifted. It's because you're transmitting and transmuting within yourself. And that's why some people can just sit beside you. That's why sometimes people come up to you that you don't even know and ask you for questions. Because you're already transmitting that energy. And that's what the earth. Fifth dimension's already being grounded through us. And again, looking at the shapes at the beginning of the class, you can do that shapes exercise often to see where is it. It's not about mastering one particular skill. It's about perfect. And that's a concept that might be challenging for some of us, that source isn't perfect. Mind has a hard time, but if source was perfect, it wouldn't allow for different things to happen, different experiences. It couldn't allow for free will and mistakes. So how is that sitting with everyone? Making your stomachs rumble?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
That's a, yeah, that's a really,
Yes.
I understand that, the free will and the mistakes are, but wouldn't that be,
That's what I'm saying, our mind grapples with, it's not perfect over there. We want it to be perfect. We're taught, oh, heaven is this perfect thing where everything is perfect. If we tap into this, oh, it's going to be perfect, and the next thing we know, we have felt worse in our entire life as all of our stuff comes up.
well, we don't grow without resistance. We grow without resistance.
And
I mean,
so-
nothing can.
Exactly. Those are those pushes of love the energy will send us. To judge it as a bad thing.
Right.
So again, it's the balancing. And again, and it makes this isn't everything going to be perfect. What's wrong? We're looking at it from our mind's ego when we go there, and it's so very easy. And it's much more challenging to remember as you touched those energies. That's really what it's about. You're a pastor. We have a limited time. We come back because of whatever motivates us to come back. To the next level with the earth. This is going to be a community effort, and that's what the before, behind, and within is. It's about of the north west, bringing in that hummingbird energy, and then the declaration, owning it, and then it becomes manifest in the I am. Are we creativity, creating, creation?
Wow.
Okay. So again, creativity with inspiration from the great source, and then we go to the within. Within we have creating, and then minutes to remember, this is who I am, this lightning bolt of illumination. This is what I'm asked to ground within me. Hey, the boss who's supposed to hire me said, you can start with me anytime you want. He said, and you're going to make probably so much money that you may want to start your own clinic. This isn't just me talking the pretty talk and not walking it. It was a fear I had to face and trust that in this universe that doesn't have black, where polarity does exist, and which polarity am I going to choose? Which balance am I going to be in? Which allowing am I going to be in? What am I going to choose to judge? What am I going to choose to embody? So allow our true inner knowing to surrender to a greater wisdom and allow ourselves to. That's where the miracles happen. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can sit with your mesa. Any questions on that? All right. Tell my kids when I'm
Ours a little cracky.
He's doing better. Yeah. Because we're trying to feed him, you know, just in case he needs to like it doesn't crash or anything. Just in case he gets a little too low.
Oh.
Anybody does.
Oh.
How cute. Sweetie, can you move the screen so it's up? Okay, perfect. Well, I'm gonna zoom in on this forest speaker, the navigator, the Maori elder, and I'll zoom in on the yes.
Isn't that the infinity sign in the middle?
Yes, it is, and I'll zoom it here so everyone can see it. Hopefully that's a good angle. Is at the top. I love this symbol because it represents. This is the divine essence of the child. This is the divine essence of the child inside a mother and father. So mother and father, divine child. Here's the essence of the divine child. That divine family. We carry that within us, and what is being born is that divine essence of us remembering. We always have, but now it's spiraling up to a new level, which means we need to be patient. What the universe has for us. And it's a simple concept. It's a divine family. This is the symbol of the Maori from New Zealand, the Aborigines of New Zealand. That's how they have the divine family. And what we do see over and over and over again throughout also different symbols, throughout are some very basic symbols representing, and I'll zoom in on the computer as well. It's kind of hard to see on this. But these symbols you've seen throughout different caves. Okay. So those symbols that I draw on you are a variation of this.
What's that second and last one? That looks like
The spiral.
the same spiral.
Manifestation. Like I said, this is going in your emails. It's been crazy. And I'll zoom in closer here so you guys can see it on the video.
That's what that manifestation.
So let me see if that shows up. Yep.
Elixir just kind of.
Yes, absolutely. So these different symbols, the circle represents potential. The semicircle is non-symmetry. The S is symmetry. And then you have this wavy that is weaving. We have the lightning bolt of illumination, transmission. Okay. And then manifestation, which is the spark you see. And all of the elements of the Mesa are represented with those symbols. Each symbol has its own elemental reference. So to see, if you're unable to really feel, you can just draw symbols. And that will help you to bring the energy. This is where you're going to start experimenting to bring into balance. Because we came here to experience what's called Ani, A-N-Y-I. Coming from the true heart, the one heartbeat, the one mind, your true creation. That's where your free will is. And what you choose to create will reflect where your heart is in alignment to your physicality, to your emotions, to the connection of it all. Discordance, that's where you can go in and bring it back into balance. Many times, again, we've talked about we'll reach for the light, darkness to give the time, the energy to birth and mature and nurture that energy. That as
I'm not getting that. Can you?
yes, we can go very quickly with that one. At the beginning, we turn off the lights. We didn't have the lights burning because we needed to go within. The stillness that we carry, not the creative masculine. We went into our cave of knowing. That's to get in touch with our senses and remember. Does that make sense? How to bring that balance?
That makes sense.
Okay. And it's just that simple. We like to make it complex. I know I do. And birthing our new selves can be very scary. We don't know. But that's it. So this is again where we can use the before and the behind. So again, right now I have the before and the behind flipped. About your future, and you're not sure. Again, flip the hummingbird crystal with your I am crystal, or whatever. Grab your Arca Maestra, the one that's between your Misa Bumi, your feather. Hold it, and you'll either see or know something will come and illuminate you and show you the path. You grab your Misa Bumi, you're within. And the most important thing here is gratitude. Gratitude And you bring up all that energy. I call it the Hantum Soko, the higher heart. And you give thanks with, again, the higher mind. And you bring your attain, and then you'll blow it into your I am. And that's so again, creativity, creating, creation.
So when you sat with your was there a certain point that you felt the shift and you said, okay, I'm done? And then the call came about the job. Did you feel it?
Said, you still are trying to control things you have no awareness of. And did you really want to know experience joy? That was very clearly told to me.
Wow.
And so I said, I choose the joy. And they said, then let us worry about the details. And I was asked to actually grab my Kia stone, my moonstone, because it was emotionally choking to me. So I needed to balance my emotional state of it all. I felt the grandmother say, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel fear. It's okay. The fear dissipated. And then I had to do this several times throughout the day, several days. And today was complete school because he ate too much and then he went running. So they said he had to go home. He couldn't be there today. And the other one who had a temperature of 100, the air on, so he was warm by the time he got to school. And I can't drive to work. So my day was completely nuts, and that's exactly the joy, or are you going to sit in the stress? Are you going to remember what we've told you? Or are you going to enjoy being in suffering? Go within, feel that, release it, allow it, surrender it. 2 hours later, it comes in. And was it easy? No, absolutely not. Absolutely possible. So that is anything here. And again, that's why the first 6 weeks we're going to look at our emotions. We're going to look at what we take personally. We're going to look at our will. Because you can just easily see if you create from that place that's not impeccable, how your outcomes are going to, and maybe that's why they've been outcoming that way. Because you haven't been impeccable. You haven't been looking at your fears. You've been judging things. You'd be saying yes when you mean no. This is where it's all tying together. Before we tap into the universal energies and start sending it and working with it.
So how long did it take you to go from Artemis to the Census? And then jump to the.
And we're talking at least, at least an hour of really, so it wasn't just at least 3 hours of intentional work. And some people can do it in less than a thought. Help us. Bless you. It's okay. I know if many of you felt the masters tonight, that they're here because they've been
just
here,
don't want
yeah, and
Let
they're
me get you one of those.
Yeah.
They're pretty powerful.
They're here because they know how hard it is. Many of them have been here and didn't like it and then came back because they found these energies and doing their work. It's easier to come up here and send the energy down. Much easier.
What is that rock again, the Masters of what?
That is Masters of the Milky Way galaxy, but it's also connected to the Andromeda galaxy because there's a portal, the southern constellation that that NASA notices doesn't move. And they sent the Hubble telescope a little bit closer. And they found, if you've seen it, they call it the city of heaven, the gates of heaven, something like that. And it's known as Ganymede. And that's so the mass talk very easily with Andromeda galaxy because they're actually merging. And a lot of times as you work with the above, don't be surprised if you get, I don't know if you felt any of the star energy, if you felt any lightness or anything, and if you didn't, that's okay. The star beings are people channeling what other planets have already mastered so we can master and get there. So as you work with the hummingbird energy, it will see things that you may not have seen, you're not accustomed to. And if you're not sure, you can grab your I am, ground yourself, grab any stone you feel comfortable in art there and ask, are you here to help? Are you here to hurt? If you're not sure. Because to be coming. And that is where your discernment comes in. Okay. There was one that just dropped in and said, you need to wear this cloak now. I didn't understand why. It was when I was pregnant with my son, Eldon. And I had to help one of my, a case where we use fluoroscopy, which is radiation. Mm-hmm. And even though I wore the lead, my back is exposed to radiation. On my back. Now this is before I even knew the Mesa. But again, they're going to come sometimes unexpectedly. So again, because they really are here to help us. And there's some, again, that like to be mischievous. So again, that is where you are aware of your energy. Okay? Now, as you expand, again, the temptation is to hang out. It's nice. You embodied here. So that is where I encourage you. It's where you grab your Pachamama stone or your I am stone, or both, and feel that home is here. Home is always here. It's in every fiber of yourself, every thought, every emotion. It's all the one consciousness. It really is.
I was doing that Pachamama, Pachamama, and then you could definitely feel that. Like I could feel it as becoming more grounded.
Mm-hmm.
That music, how can we get that music?
I will be happy to by Alex and Madhu, and I got it off of Bandcamp. It's on Bandcamp. They have two albums. That one is from their first album, Ohio Inca, and Ohio Inca. I think they give proceeds of that to that they met. So when you buy that one, they give, I think, 10 to 20% of the proceeds to this sweet little girl. In fact, she's on the front cover.
Oh, nice.
And then this year that Don Oscar did with Petaluma, and those are the actual live pieces that they're playing during their journey. Mm-hmm. And so at the end, we're actually going to listen to the one. So where you're going to feel you are really the shaman. And really all a shaman is just who sits within the energies anywhere and is able to be present and knows the right action that is needed to be done. You can use rituals, you can use music, you can use herbs has called you to do that comes easiest or you've chosen to do energetically. That's how it will show up. Teacher. There are many great shamans who every day go and just talk to the rainforest and keep it alive. Some really all they do every morning is just bless the waters. The waters we cleanse, so we're all happy to the sky. So we all have our calling, and this is why it was called the Rainbow Tribe. Different places, different creeds, different knowledge, all coming together. Instead of fighting who's right, who's wrong, who has the right medicine, who has wrong medicine. Anymore. Because that's what destroyed us in the other ages of the earth.
I just got to choose myself.
That separation. It's like, oh, that's exactly what got us into trouble, time and time again. Definitely even. And we can see, even here now, all the egos running the world. All the egos. We don't have a true scarcity issue. We have. That's really the issue, unwillingness to share. From a deep fear.
Really, a lot of what's going on.
And that
Mirror,
projection.
the smoking mirror teaches how to
Exactly.
heal those parts of ourselves.
Exactly.
I've never seen people so angry,
Mhm.
so enraged
Mhm.
over somebody they don't have to be a shadow.
It is
got
a
to be
shadow, and it's a
smoky mirror.
conscious shadow. So as you work on your own, then you go to your ancestral, to your family, to the planetary, and then the cosmos. So it's the self, the interpersonal, the intrapersonal.
So the fact that it's so heightened, a turn, a healing, it had to surface.
Mm-hmm.
It had to become a mirror for healing to take place.
Exactly.
A healing or an explosion.
What? Great.
Because
Yeah.
again, look how I honestly feel, and this is my personal insights, that I believe the Mayan calendar was written with some sort of fear to get our butts in shape. Something was going to happen. I honestly feel that they were smart enough to play on our fears, to go into it and say, we got. That's why they did it.
But didn't it end 2012?
Yeah,
Yes, but what happened?
nothing. Well, we shifted.
We
started
shifted. That they understood the energies that were pervading
And
or an
it's,
enlightenment or
it's
love,
never-
it was fear.
in our lifetime, we've never seen it like this.
And so we are asked to go, okay, we know where we're headed. We know where we are. We know where we came from. Where am I here and here and there? I'm holding from within. Am I a clean mirror? Do I need to polish my mirror?
Right.
Someone really showing me I have too much crap in my mirror. Kind of silly and not listening. And it's okay because we're all doing this together. So again, as we're going into these, it's going to take a lot of energy because there's been a lot of stagnation. Okay, there's been a ton of stagnation. I felt at the beginning, it's so simple. There's a moth on the mesa. It is so, right here.
That's what, oh,
butterfly, I don't know. Anyway, so again, as we're grounding these energies, we're also surrendering to our inner master. So we're all important. Every single one of us is needed this time. And it's okay to say, today I need a break. It's okay. Don't feel like you have to go full throttle either. We expand and we contract. We need the breath. Beautiful, and then it's time to let it settle. Like the wave crashes and it grows, crashes and it grows. So respect that.
So giving yourself flow of it and not
Exactly.
to judge it or not to push it.
Because our hearts can expand and expand and expand, and then we keep growing, you get lost. And you go, what happened? Where did I go? Gently remember, you have it so you can understand your personal bubble and space as you interact with the cosmos, with everything. That's why you chose it. This is one of the few planes, Earth, where you can experience all levels of consciousness. So nothing wrong with the seven seals of consciousness, and you can go up and down. One of the few planes where you can choose to live in fear or complete bliss and everything in between.
Is that why we chose it though?
That is, and other reasons. There are a multitude of reasons why we keep coming back. But I really see more and more people are starting to wake up, but more importantly, kind of like when you wake up from a daze, you need guidance. You need to know what exactly happened, where do I go now? And that's where we come in. We can help those that are waking up. Just by showing them, yeah, I went through the ringer, and it sucked. And so we become that light in that mirror, and that master. Because the community is starting to wake up more and more and more as we feel these stresses. And we're going to crack. And there's eventually going to be the crack that's going to happen because the earth wants us to go to the next level. And she allows us to be here. With the animals, the plants, and ourselves. She didn't have to allow any of us to be here. She could have flooded the whole thing. Try to procreate as humans here. But again, she's our master and our teacher, and she's also a child of the divine. Because I'm sure there's no one to. We banged her up pretty good, right?
Right.
And so also with the masters, I'm not sharing my wisdom anymore. And that's definitely happened to me, where I like to live in my ego and I want to control and I think I know it all. They're like, okay, have fun. Fine. And then I have to, I was from my ego, I'm sorry, and I forgive myself. That I have the courage to go and continue to learn. So be grateful when you fall. You're getting up again. We like to beat ourselves all the time. And that impedes that manifestation and that illumination process. The within, we don't feel that we truly are that divine child. That's a lot of information.
It's really good.
My dog peed on my mirror.
No way.
Sorry, guys, that's all I. Exactly. No, yesterday I was cleaning because I have a full standing mirror and my little peanut.
Yeah, Peanut's giving me trouble.
So he's the trouble. That's pee on that mirror. And yeah.
That's his.
He lift his leg.
He let you know.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, what does that mean?
There's a lesson there somewhere.
Ammonia cleanses.
Ammonia cleanses, yeah. If you ever want scorpions to not attack you, camping, urinate around your tent. They
Yeah, I gotta tell my neighbor, she's got tons of scorpions. They just gotta start a dog
That's
out.
gonna cause a whole ruckus in the neighborhood.
Start a dog.
Standing out
Human or dog is okay, right? It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter, they don't like
there.
it.
Dog go around.
He's
You don't walk around.
That's
One dog would be that far moved on.
And again, we take what life presents us, and we're grateful that we are able to be in the present, even if it means crying and screaming, because after you've emoted what you've been holding on to, when you've got that release, you're like, oh, thank God. Your wisdom. Now you can see. So consciousness. We came from source, and to know ourselves as source, we go through these experiences. Sometimes it's much easier to remember, sometimes it's much more challenging. There are growing pains. But it's all about spiraling the energy up and expanding it, renewing it, creating it. No way we could cover everything in 6 weeks.
It's good.
And then have a bunch of them have it on.
It's almost a quarter.
8:16.
8:16, okay. So if anyone needs a little break, go to the restroom before we do our other journey. Thank you.
Oh, so, yeah, I gotta talk.
Another one.
She said, well, let's ship them and so she's gonna try. You never know if people register or if they moved or something, so she's trying to see. Who's the owner? But if anybody wants a kid, maybe we'll have